Wait, what now?
Every story's got a spark, and every spark's got a name. This is the journey of finding mine. Who am I when the lights go low? Who am I when the world says no? Searching through my past, trying to free my soul. One truth at a time, letting every story unfold.
Before we get into today's episode, I want to take a quick second to say this. First, I appreciate you, the support, the messages, the people who keep coming back week after week. It really means a lot. But I was looking at the analytics and it shows that a lot of you are watching the content, even coming back consistently. But you're not subscribed yet. What's going on? So if that's you, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and it helps us grow this message and reach more people who need it. See, we're also setting a goal to get at least 50% of our viewers subscribed. And I want you to be a part of that. And to show our appreciation, we're doing a giveaway for our subscribers. We are going to be giving away multiple gift cards to your different brands like Starbucks, and we're going to be giving out gas cards. So if you're subscribed, you're automatically entered. That's your ticket for the drawing. So go ahead, tap subscribe, and now let's get into the episode. I hope you enjoy the show. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're putting in the work, but nothing is changing? Like you're showing up, trying, pushing, but you can't see any real results? What if I told you, just because you can't see the progress doesn't mean it isn't happening? So welcome to the 10 minutes to refocus. This is your midweek reset. I know that midweek can feel strange sometimes. You're not at the beginning anymore, but you're not at the finish either. You're in the middle, and the middle can feel stagnant. You're working, you're showing up, you're doing what you're supposed to do, but it doesn't feel like anything is moving. No big wins, no major breakthroughs, no clear signs that things are changing. And if you're not careful, that feeling can mess with your mindset. You start thinking things like this. Is this even working? Am I wasting my time? Should I be further by now? But today we're going to reset that thinking. We're going to shift our paradigms because progress doesn't always show up the way you expect it to. But before we go any deeper, let me check in with you. How are you feeling right now? Not what you're doing, but what you're feeling. Does this week feels like it's moving or dragging? Do you feel productive or just busy? Do you feel like you're making progress or just repeating the same effort over and over? If midweek has you questioning your progress, you're in the right place, because this is where we reset your perspective. This is where we remind you that just because it's quiet doesn't mean it's not working. And here's where most people get discouraged. When progress isn't visible, they assume it isn't happening. But that assumption is what causes people to quit too early. So let's talk about what's really going on beneath the surface. So think about how growth actually works. Before anything grows above the surface, it develops below it. See, roots form before fruit ever appear. And roots don't get the attention. Nobody celebrates roots. Nobody posts about roots. Nobody claps for what's happening underground. But the strength of what you eventually see comes from what was built where nobody could see it. And your life works the same way. Right now, you might not see big results, but you're building discipline, you're building consistency, you're building awareness, you're building resilience. See, all of those are roots, and roots takes time. See, the problem is this. We live in a world that celebrates outcome but ignores development. So when your growth doesn't look impressive yet, you start questioning it. But invisible growth is still growth. See, when you only value visible wins, it becomes dangerous because when you only value what you can see, you start overlooking what actually matters. You overlook the fact that you didn't quit this week. You overlook the fact that you handled something better than you used to. You overlooked the fact that your mindset is shifting, even if your situation hasn't yet. You overlook the fact that you're showing up more consistently than before. See, those are not small things at all. Those are signs of progress. But because they don't come with applause, you dismiss them. And when you dismiss your progress, you discourage yourself unnecessarily. So let's slow this down just for a moment. Ask yourself honestly, what small wins have I been overlooking? Ask yourself, where have I grown, even if my situation hasn't changed yet? Am I only counting progress when it is visible? Or am I recognizing the internal changes too? Take a moment with that because sometimes the breakthrough you're waiting for is already happening inside of you. So remember this, hidden progress is still progress. So here's where things begins to shift. Progress is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's internal, but it's still real. Just because nobody sees it doesn't mean it doesn't matter. Just because it hasn't shown up yet doesn't mean it's not forming. Hidden progress is still progress. And the people who succeed long term are the ones who stay committed during the invisible phases. Think about that for a second. So here's what I need you to do midweek. Stay consistent. Stay consistent even when it feels repetitive. Stay consistent even when it feels slow. Stay consistent even when it feels like nothing is changing. Stay consistent because something is changing. You're changing, your mindset is sharpening, your discipline is strengthening, your patience is growing. And when the results finally shows up, they will be built on something solid. But don't rush the process. Don't abandon the work just because it's not visible yet. Because the moment you're tempted to quit might be the moment everything is about to come together. So just say this with me. Say this with me. Even when I don't see it, I'm growing. Even when it feels slow, I'm progressing. Even when it's quiet, something is building. I trust the process. I trust the timing. I trust the work I'm putting in. My consistency matters. My effort matters. My growth is real. I am becoming stronger, wiser, and more prepared. And I will not quit. I will not quit. Tell yourself that. And I will not quit in the invisible phase. So midweek isn't always about seeing results. Sometimes it's about trusting what's being built behind the scenes. So stay consistent, stay grounded, stay patient, trust the process, and don't ever forget, you matter. You really do. You matter. So before we move forward, I want you to pause for just a moment. Take a breath. Wherever you are, whatever you're carrying, this next part is for you. Let's speak life over ourselves out loud if you can. Because what we say in this moment has the power to shift how we walk into the rest of our day. Let's begin with our affirmation. I am not defined by my past or limited by my mistakes. I am growing, learning, and becoming who I was created to be. I have values beyond titles, roles, and expectations. I choose honesty over fear and growth over comfort. I am allowed to change, heal, and evolve. I walk with purpose, clarity, and courage. I am becoming more aligned with my true self every day. And who I am is enough. So as we close today's episode, I want to thank you for taking this time for yourself. If something you heard inspired you, challenged you, or made you pause and reflect, please don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who may need it. Share this with them. Invite them into the conversation. See, this podcast grows when we grow together. I cannot do this without you. See, we grow together through shared stories, honest reflections, and real connections. See, every listen, every share, every conversation helps create a community rooted in purpose, rooted in love, rooted in hope, rooted in faith, trust, and truth. So until next time, keep reflecting, keep becoming, and remember, you matter. This is the Who Am I podcast with your 10 minutes to refocus, and let's walk this journey together.
Who am I? Yeah, I'm more than the pain, more than the pride. Who am I? Who am I? Walking in purpose, no mask, no disguise. This is my voice, my rise, my life. Welcome to Who Am I?